Hi everybody, in this video, I'm going to explain to you why we got to have this ugly old wire on the Deus and why we don't on this one. Alright, as you notice, the Equinox coil has a wire coming out of it and it's transmitted back and forth through this wire up to the main module. Now, when you get the Deus 2, as you notice, there's no wires, it's wireless. That means it's transmitting through a radio signal from this coil up to the main pod up here. And it works fine as long as you're in the air, but when the problem comes in is when you go underwater. And I'm going to show you what happens right now putting it underwater. Let's check it out. Alright, what we have here is a silver dollar in the bottom of this bucket and probably about 6 inches of water here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how each of these coils work in the water. Let's check it out. All right, our first test is right here with the Equinox. And I'm going to show you first. Has no problem hearing it through the water right here. We put the Equinox under the water. No problem at all. It goes all the way to the bottom. And we can hear that signal all the way through to the air. All right, that's good for the Equinox. Let's check out the Deus now. All right, we got the Deus 2 here. What I've done here is I have actually disconnected my wire I had going to the coil. We'll talk about that in a minute, but right now there's no wire going to this coil, and we're going to check it out. No problem hearing it here. All right, we're going underwater now. No problem yet. But watch this. When I get so deep, nothing. It loses transmission because of the water depth. So any of y'all hunting along the water's edge or in the water, like I do a lot, that's the main reason I got this machine. I want to hunt it with the water. And it doesn't work. As you can see, I don't hear a silver dollar down below because, I can't when it comes out, because it's actually got a transmitter in it right here that's transmitting the signal up to the main module. And it can't do it once it goes below the water line. Probably about 4 inches it goes below, it can't hear it. Because it can't transmit through the water. Now, what happens here is we're going to go ahead and hook this up right here. We're going to connect this up to the coil right here now, like that. And what it is, it's not actually physically going into this coil. It's just a wire sitting on top here that's going to transfer the signal through here. All right, let's give it a try now. Here we go. No problem here. As you can see, I go right down on top of it and still hear it because it's coming through this wire versus trying to transmit through the water. And that is why you have to have this relay wire here that goes up to and relay the signal from the coil to the main module. All right, everybody, I'm going to tell you what I'm getting ready to do. We talked about it out there, putting the wire inside the shaft so it's not wrapped all around it. And you probably can use the wire that comes with the unit. You just have to shove it all in there and roll it up, get it up in there. But I elected to go ahead and buy some more wire, and I'll put a link in the video description if you want to try this. But what I'm going to do is I might not have it as long for a couple reasons. One, when I dive with this, of course it'll normally be way out here like this, like that. But when I dive, I'm probably going to be shoving up here so I'm working closer to I can reach out there and test it. So I'm going to be diving like this. I don't want a bunch of in here that's going to clog up when I try to shove this shaft up in there. I want to go from water hunting to diving. Boom, gone. So I want to keep this as minimal as possible. You got to have that wire doing that too. So what I'm going to do, excuse me, is first thing we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole right here so we can take, I'm going to still use this probably the same cap that comes with it, put it underneath there and run through the hole right here. But you got to be real careful because you don't want to get any nicks on this stuff, because once water gets inside of this any kind of way, it will definitely start to corrode. And as you see, they seal theirs up very well on the end right here. And on both ends it's very sealed. But what I'm going to do, first thing, to keep from chafing the wire that goes through there, I got what's called a rubber grommet. It's got a little ridge around each end of it. What you do is once you drill the hole, you can put that in there and run it all the way around. You got a nice soft edge where the wires run through. It will never chafe a hole in it. So definitely got to have a rubber grommet to put on the hole. I have seen some people drill in here, but you can't really get a grommet on it if you drill in here, and you still got metal in there you're drilling through, so I'm going to drill it right here. So, or whatever that's made of, I'm assuming that is. I'm not sure what that is. But anyway, we're still going to put a grommet on it to keep any chafing down. All right, next we're going to do is, this is shielded cable. You can't just put the cable in there because it's shielded. You got to have it open. The center wire right here is where the signal's going to actually come in at and come back out the other end. So you got to have that open. I'll probably bring it back to about right there. And then we're going to take this the shielding off and just have that there. But then what we're going to do is we're going to put some, first we're going to put some, I got to seal this really good. I'll put some goop on it. Then I'm going to take a heat shrink over top of that so it seals all that goop in there and it comes out, and it'll probably squeeze it out both ends. So we got a good seal on this thing right here. And I'm actually going to probably goop it around the inside of the coil here and just leave it right there and not use any kind of snap ring. It'll be above the coil protector, and it'll be into a position that I'll never have to worry about, never have to touch it. So hopefully that's what we'll try first anyway. And when it comes up here, if I ever have to take it off, I can still snap this off, push it back in there, and pull it out. Not a problem. So I have an option to take it off if I need to, but I probably never will. And I got another little secret I'm going to show you probably on my next update to how to prevent from having to even take this off. So have no time. All right, so look, let me get started. I'm going to go ahead and drill my hole in and see how it goes. Y'all ready? Let's get started. All right, as you see, the rubber grommet is in place. I got to drill the hole, and the rubber grommet's in place to keep from any chafing on that wire right there. All right, let's move on to step 2. All right, as you see, we got the heat shrink in place. We're actually going to put 2 of them on here. So now we're going to go in here and we're going to heat this and make it shrink around really good. I got some goop inside of it, so it's going to make it shrink around. It's actually squeezing it out on the end, as you can see. All right, let's get this done. And one more going on top of this. All right, and we're done. We got the wire going right through that grommet, so it's not going to be stressed. I put one piece of tape around here just to kind of hold it in place. I got it mounted up here, just like the old one that comes with it is mounted. At the bottom, though, I'm going to do a little something different. I'm actually going to pull this out, and I'm going to run a bead of goop around this to hold this to the shaft right here. And that way, it should not come off once I do that. But right now, we just want to do a test. So I just taped it right here. Y'all can see I taped it on there. And we're going to go ahead right now and put it underwater and see if it works. Y'all ready? Let's do it. If it works, I'm done. All right, we still got a silver dollar. Same bucket. Right down at the bottom. Good signal. Have not entered the water yet. We're going underwater. It worked at that point before it started going away about right there. I'm all the way on the bottom, and it's working like a top. The wire does work on it. The wire I put on there, aftermarket, is working. So, we got it done right there. Hi everybody, the one that comes with the machine works great, but I just didn't like having to wrap all that around there, and I didn't like it showing on the outside. So now I got it to the point that you don't see any wire. It's all internal right now. Got the nice sealed grommet right there that keeps it from chafing on the wires to keep it safe. I still got to go ahead and goop around the edge of this. I'm just going to goop it right around this edge right here. And once it hardens, it is not going to be moving, guaranteed. But now I can shove it up in here like this if I want to carry it off somewhere, and I don't have to worry about that all wrapped all around it everywhere. So I like that. And I usually probably going to keep it on the number 6 as far as I like to get as far as I can get out. And they tell me that they make a one for tall people that's even go out further. So I might actually look into that because I like my shaft being way out in front of me a lot of times. All right, that's the ticket right there, man. We got her done. One step at a time. It's going to take some time before I get this machine just like I want it. But we're going to get there because all I've been wanting is something I can go to. Field, water, whatever, you know, diving. And the my Equinox did good up to 10 feet, but it flooded so much was my issue with that one. So this one hopefully is not. I haven't heard of any flooding on them yet. But, and I'm not going real deep, so I should be fine. But anyway, I think it's going to be my good all-around machine. I like one machine. I tell you, and I've been using an X scale when I go too deep, below 10 feet, you know, and all. But now this one I should be able to use everything once I figure out how to use it in each particular thing. And I'm gonna probably eventually make definitely programs for each one, and I'll share that once I get to that point. I'm a long way from that yet because I gotta study each one of those functions and see how it works and how it affects other functions until I get just like I want it, and I'll put that out. All right, appreciate everybody coming along on this little video. Don't forget to click like, comment below, share, subscribe to Gigmaster. We'll see you on the next adventure.